Hi, my name is Fernando Gotz. I am the father of Eyal, an istio patient, and I am from Barcelona, Spain. Our journey began with the diagnosis of our kid, Eyal, already 15 years ago. So it's already a long ride for us, and it has impacted us enormously because something like that changed totally upside down your life. And from there, we have been asking questions and try to look for different answers and solutions for his case. So let's say that in terms of histiocytosis, it's not maybe the worst case scenario, but it's still a complex one. So we are super glad that we have found the treatment for him, and all these years have been really challenging. Eyal is currently in, let's say, in a stop of his treatment right now. It's He's one of the kids, one of the only kids that have been in BRAF inhibitors for very long years, already 6 or 7 years. We can call it by now a success case in terms that he really reacts good to all the medication, and he feels really good with it, and that's, let's say, like a normal life in terms of, if we can call it normal, with all the controls and with all the stops that we need to do all the time. But well, that's, let's say, the current situation. Well, since the fact that we are so many years already dealing with histiocytosis personally, and also in order to tell to people, I also run an organization, a patients organization in Spain. So I have both, let's say, sensations: the personal experience and also all the experience that we gain from the other patients as well. It's really something tough to explain in terms of when you get someone that you really don't know, first of all, the context of that person that is telling you that he was diagnosed or she was diagnosed, depending on the age, depending in so many factors, right? And let's say that when we got into this story, when my kid was around 2 years old, we were very lucky to find a place that knew about histiocytosis, and we already had treatments and protocols. They knew about it, but it's very difficult when you encounter this disease. And yesterday I had a call with a lady from Argentina, 55 years old, and just diagnosed 4 months ago with bone lesions in LCH. And I had to really explain to her that there are many treatments that they are available for patients. We are lucky to really to participate also in the scientific side, so we are aware of the treatments that there are, and sometimes, of course, that information that we provide impacts very positively in people, because it gives you a little bit of understanding, a little bit of courage in order you to know that there are treatments, that there are hospitals that really know about this disease. We only have that problem now, let's say, that the pediatric side is much more covered in terms of knowledge and research. And we are fighting, and we are struggling, and we're going to make it in order to the adult part, or also to be much more present, both in protocols and also in research. It was really challenging at the beginning to, when we started with the association, to really understand what should have been our focus. We really started thinking that supporting the scientific research and founding, let's say, research was the main gate that we had to open, because also in Spain there was no research line dedicated to histiocytosis. So let's say that 10 years ago we were the first to start with that, and afterwards, as we moved with all the journey of the patient, we also noticed the needs that were in the side of the patients and the caregivers, and all the burden that this disease really causes on the patient and the family. And that's where our focus is really now as well. I mean, we didn't left that scientific side because we really believe in it, but we added this part of supporting the patients, the siblings, because also, let's say that in hospitals there is some kind of limitation of resources to what the hospitals can really give, deliver, and sometimes system of also time. It's very time consuming, and taking care of families and patients and supporting them and providing them constant information, we realize that it's a joint, let's say, work between what we do and what you do. Also, let's say in the US, it's always important to also think what you do locally in your country, but also looking at the others. How did they change their own reality in order us to copy some of the things that were already done? We have so many things to do in terms of coordinating also our groups, the histiocytosis groups, both the scientific side and the families, also to participate as much as possible, because the let's say that the scientific side needs this type of support, and we are trying to also give them as much support as we can. I get inspiration from all. I get inspiration from the work that you do. I have been inspired from the previous president of the Histiocytosis Association in Argentina, Ana Maria, which was a great guide for me to also understand what was the role of the patients organization. And yesterday I was talking to a woman actually, and she was asking me around the motivation, what really motivates to do this job. We want to change the reality that we see. That's what I fight for. I'm not only fighting for my kid, which of course I do, but is to change the present and the future of the patients, their families, to try to make this road, this journey as mm, easy as possible. It's not going to be simple, but also raising awareness. What we do now, this month, all the activities that your organization, my organization, is people to understand that there is also normality in all the acts that we do. So there is a way also to walk, and if you can do it with a smile when you do it, it's better. I am still trying to learn and try to understand my son as much as I can. There are some aspects that are really tough to communicate and to talk about them because they are so personal that you can't really know. You can try to predict or try to assume that you are doing a good job, that you are trying to support as much as you can, that you are trying to change the reality for that. But I am not sure what is he noticing out of the whole things that we do. I think that he also thinks in terms of more the histiocytosis, that I am doing a lot of things for the histiocytosis itself. I know that again for this case, it's a special kid, a special situation that we are living it, but I wouldn't change it for nothing. So, I do also many talks in schools, in institutions. We are part now. We have become part of the mental health table in our city town hall, and we were invited to participate, and we show also to the rest of the institutions that also the associations we can be a good partner also to take into consideration when it comes to really deliver solutions for patients, that it's not only up to them to give solutions, which they should, but in case that we are needed, we are there also to partner. We learned a lot through all these years, and also because of the contact with so many hospitals, with so many entities, that also other associations that take care of other diseases as well, or different situations, like the disabled organizations, the special needs one, or the mental health one. We need to partner with all of them because we are at the end we are trying to all improve the life of our beloved. We need to find the common things in order to work together because being alone in the, let's say, of course, in this disease that we are dealing with, the rare disease, is very, very tough and difficult. That they are going to encounter maybe a strange disease for some, but this is not as rare as people tend to say or believe. There is a lot of research behind the doors. There is a lot of activity in terms of treatments being done around the world. We are there, the associations, in order to collect all that information and transmit to the patients all that the community, the scientific community is doing. So sometimes it's difficult to communicate all because we don't even know all the things that they are doing, but just knowing that there is this Congress, the Histiocyte Society Congress, where 300 doctors and researchers meet every year in order to provide solutions, in order to discuss, in order to try to collaborate between them. It's super important to know that there is a lot of things going around, and that from the association's perspective, we are trying to build a bridge between all of the organizations to work hand by hand as much as we can. Hope and peace, they are two beautiful concepts that you can find inside yourself. There is only one possibility where to find them, and it's inside you. It requires a lot of effort to find it. It requires a lot of um, activity and support in order to get there. But the hope and the driver is inside you. So you need to drive the road, and you need to be, or try to be, as positive as possible, knowing also that we are there. I mean, that we met, that the organizations meet, that the patients meet, and there are many, many cases like mine also in this country and in different countries. There is hope in that, a lot. Nos pueden encontrar toda la información acerca de la asociación OR en nuestra página web, que es orasociacion.org, o en redes sociales, OR Asociación, Facebook, Instagram, por supuesto. Así que está toda la información ahí. Les mandamos un saludo muy grande, un abrazo fuerte de parte de todos los que estamos del lado de España, Latinoamérica, a todos los pacientes con histiocytosis en este mes tan especial en septiembre, y un beso muy fuerte. Gracias.